So, we are here today for a happy occasion. I'm very glad to have the opportunity to offer initiation today to Suki, who's, well, his last name is known as Suki, and we all know him as Suki, I guess. I even forgot the first name. What was it exactly? Sardanat. Thank you. And his good wife Shanti. Last night I was thinking about this ceremony, and I was thinking of how to introduce it, because although initiation in principle is the same for everyone makes the same connection with Krishna and the parampara coming from Krishna. And everyone turns his life around at that point. Still, I was thinking that everyone is also in individual circumstances. Today I was thinking that the candidates, they are at the end of their life. And the fruit of their whole life has brought them to the point where they're going completely in focus on Krishna. So this is a successful life. At least it is a good start. Because it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaunam janmanamante jnanavamam prapadyante vasudeva savamiti samahatma sudurlabha. That it takes many, many births, many, many lifetimes before we come to the point where we say Krishna is everything. Of course, this statement, Vasudeva Savam Iti, Krishna is everything, has been explained in different ways. One way, Vasudeva Savam Iti has been explained as meaning that one knows that Krishna is the supreme deity. Amongst so many deities, that one knows it is Krishna. Srila Prabhupada spoke about his godbrother who was, prior to becoming initiated, a German scholar. And he came to India to investigate which deity was the supreme. And he went to all the temples and he saw how the various deities were preoccupied. He saw Lord Shiva performing austerity. He saw Durga Devi holding weapons in 10 arms. And then he saw Krishna playing the flute. He said, that's the supreme. Because he's enjoying. And the other ones, they are performing some work. So Prabhupada liked that very much and repeated it from time to time. So Vasudeva Savamiti, to know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and not any of the other deities, that is rare. That is not commonly achieved. So one who has come to this point of taking initiation has come to that point of saying, it's Krishna. He is the Supreme Lord. I'm dedicating myself to Krishna. That is extraordinary. But Vasudeva Savamiti can also be taken in a different way. To know that Krishna is everything. Meaning that nothing else in life is important. Or as Srila Rupa Goswami paraphrased that in his verse, Anyabilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. To be free from any other desire. And to just say, Krishna, I am yours. Everything I have is yours. Every moment that I have is yours. All my energy is yours. I am simply, you are everything for us. And all of our energy will be used for your service. That is also Bhaunam Janmante Vasudeva Sarvamiti. That is also Krishna is everything. And that also is very much capturing the mood of initiation. That one says, yes, now Krishna is everything. Therefore, I'm very glad that your lives have matured to this point of saying, now we will try. Now we will try to embrace this mood. Krishna is everything. It took many lives to come to this mood of Krishna is everything. It's not a small thing at all. That, of course, will take a great endeavor. One cannot do that simply by a decision. One cannot say, and from today on, Krishna will be everything. If it was so easy only. No, it means that we will try. We will try to make Krishna the priority, and somehow or other we may get distracted. Even after the initiation, we may find that we'll get distracted and that we will not be able to make him everything. But then, as soon as we become aware, I got distracted, we try again. That is kind of the resolve of initiation, that we say we'll try again and again, although we know that in practice it may not be so simple, but to give the priority to Krishna. He is everything. And so that is very nice, because that is a liberating experience. You see, once one innerly within the heart makes that resolve, one becomes free from doubts, free from anxieties, because everything is clear, everything has fallen into place, and only one goal in life remains. It doesn't mean that one Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that Krishna is now everything, that we cannot, that we do not care anymore about other relationships in the world. We were speaking yesterday in the late afternoon, and they mentioned to me that they have 4 grandchildren. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, does it mean that the grandchildren are no longer in the picture? No. But even there, even in relationships with relatives and dear ones, it is Vasudeva Sarvamiti. It is also there that Krishna is the main ingredient of any relationship. It is Krishna. That is actually the third party in that relationship, and if Krishna is in the center of that relationship, then it becomes meaningful. Of course, one cannot always be direct about that with everyone. Krishna is the only way. It's not always appreciated. Sometimes one must be tactful. But a devotee has this desire. This desire that in any interaction, whether it will be in worldly affairs or in spiritual affairs, that Krishna is always being served and is in the center. In that way, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Also, yesterday I was thinking what to speak about today, and I was thinking to speak about the spiritual world. And in fact, I thought of a verse that Vaisheshika, I always pronounce it wrong, so I'm not too good at Sanskrit, Vaisheshika, something he quoted the verse from Brahma Samhita, Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Kanamayi Toyamamritam Gataganam Natyam Vamanamapi Pamsi Priya Shaki Chitanandam Jyoti Param Tadasvadyamapicha Sayata Kshiradiva Vrajati Niyatrapis Samayaha. It is describing the spiritual world. And the spiritual world, it describes how Krishna is residing in the spiritual world, surrounded by unlimited goddesses of fortune, who are unlimitedly beautiful, not only externally, but internally. They are flawless. Their entire being is dedicated to Krishna for his pleasure. The trees are also simply there for Krishna's pleasure, and they spontaneously blossom whenever Krishna is passing through the forest, even out of season. The wind takes advantage of the scent coming from these flowers. And instead of being harsh like the wind is in the material world, a cold and piercing wind from which we have to cover ourselves in the cold winter with coats and scarves and hats and so many things, the wind in the spiritual world carries the fragrance of the flowering trees to Krishna as a service. And in this way, in the spiritual world, there are unlimited opulences. And we see Krishna dressed and decorated in such an amazing way, very opulently, with flowers, with stones, with many attributes, in clothes, very, very opulent. That Krishna is the center of everyone's attention in the spiritual world. Everyone. Whether human, whether animal, whether plant, every living being in the spiritual world is absorbed in thoughts of Krishna 24 hours a day. This spiritual world is our destination. And that was what I was contemplating to speak about, that the spiritual world is our destination. And there we belong. We are simply meditating on that spiritual world, because there we are at home. So when one is far away from home, one may live in a foreign country. Actually, both of you are living in a foreign country. It's not the country of your origin. And sometimes you may be thinking of the country where you grew up. I also spend my life mostly in a foreign country, somehow or other, rarely in the country of my birth, but sometimes I'm remembering the country of my birth. So in a similar way, we are remembering the spiritual world as our true home, as where we really belong, and in our heart we deeply feel there we are at home. So the initiation is a change. It is a change of identity. The word initiate means beginning. The ceremony is for the purpose of bringing us into a new identity. Not only that we are receiving blessings today, but the idea is we are changing our identity to Vasudev Sarvamiti, Krishna is everything, and to understand that Krishna is in his transcendental abode, that we belong there, and we deeply begin to think about our residence there. That may be considered an advanced stage of devotional service, but what can I say? We don't have much time. We don't have much time. We need to, even if you are young, we don't have much time. Right? Who has much time in this world? Nobody has much time. So we must utilize our time and think of ourselves as residents of the spiritual world. That is our meditation. And here in the material world, we are here like in a foreign country. We reside here and we are acting here in this world, but we always remember our real home. And while we are in this world, we do the needful that we need to do. But our mind is on our home. And the purpose of the initiation is that, to go back to Godhead. The connection that we are making with this process is to go back to Godhead. The purpose of this sacrifice is to invoke blessings, to make a deep sanskara, a deep impression. We could also simply do the ceremony very quickly and it would still be valid. Because actually, when between spiritual master and disciple, there is a mutual acceptance, then the connection with the sampradaya, with the parampara, is already there. But the entire yajna has various purposes. One is to create a sanskara, a deep impression upon us that yes, we are making a change of identity today. We are starting a new life. We are taking a new birth. We are making a new beginning. And then within this sacrifice, there are many blessings being invoked, because we know that to make such a transformation in one's life is not simple, that it's an ongoing endeavor, and that we need all the blessings that we can get. So, Krishna is present within this sacrifice, in his deity form, and also installed in the sacrifice in that particular pot with the coconut representing the Supreme Lord. He is present. His blessings are present. The demigods are present and adding their blessings. The Vaishnava acharyas are present within the mantras that will be sung. Their blessings will be invoked. And our surrender at their lotus feet will also be ingrained within our heart. The Vaishnavas have come, and they are also adding their blessings. And all these blessings will carry us. So it is important to not only receive such blessings casually, but such blessings must be received in a mood of great appreciation and gratefulness. Because if we have this mood, that we are grateful for the association of the Vaishnavas and for the blessings of the Vaishnavas, then we will be able to receive more and more blessings. And such blessings prove to be very potent in our success in spiritual life. Of course, the main process for becoming an eligible candidate for returning back home, back to Godhead, is the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And this initiation is also centering around that. There are 10 offenses to be avoided in the chanting of the holy name. I will not one by one go through them because of a time constraint. But one must know these 10 offenses. It is good to have a printed out and put it somewhere on the wall, and we can give them, so that we can sometimes remember them. That is nice, because these 10 directions given in the Padma Purana are basically telling us how to have a nice, respectful attitude towards devotees, towards the scriptures, towards the spiritual master, towards the holy name being non-different from Krishna. If we know that the name is Krishna, then we can have full faith in the name. So the 10 offenses help us to remain respectful to devotees, to the scriptures, to the name, to the deities, and to appreciate that the holy name is non-different from Krishna. Then if we are careful to chant in a proper way, then this chanting will bring about a great transformation within our heart, and awaken our natural attraction to Krishna. And day by day, life will become more and more wonderful, and one's life will be filled and filled with great happiness. I like to tell the story about the older people in the temple of Radha Govindaji in Jaipur. Because, like in many temples in India, many of the regular people coming to the temple, they're quite old. But they are so enthusiastic. They are so eager. They walk a long distance to go to Mangal Arati. They may be old, but they do the kirtan with taste. And because of this eagerness, they are surely becoming eligible to get the mercy of Govindaji, and he will appear in their memory at the end of life. So, by always being enthusiastic, within one's means, with age, one becomes a little limited. One cannot do everything. So surrender doesn't mean to push and push and push and try and do always impossible things with a lot of passion. Surrender can also mean to stay within one's limits, but within it, to very nicely dedicate everything to Krishna. So, enough said. These are my good wishes upon you. This lecture is a lecture of good wishes, of giving you some thought. It is recorded. We'll give you the recording also, so you can hear it again. And then, because it's a personal lecture, this lecture is actually for the two of you. The others can hear also, if they want to, and we thank them for being here. But it's especially for the two of you, because it's the contemplation, it's the meditation that I wanted to give you on this day, and as we are embarking on this journey. So now then, we will come to the moment of taking the vows, and I will give also the names then, and then we can receive the beads, and then the initiation has formally taken place. So, Sukhi Prabhu, you can come forward. I will guide it. You can first go to Srila Prabhupada, offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, and then you come back. Of course, we go in parampara. You go to our own spiritual master, and then to Srila Prabhupada. But this connection with Srila Prabhupada is very important. So, I am only trying to be a servant of Prabhupada, and that's my role in this whole initiation. I can't do much more. If I could only do that, I would be very pleased. He's going now to offer full dandavats to the deities, okay. And then we hope he'll come back. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for. So, Sukhi, let's come. You can come this way. Come, and facing the deities. Not facing the deities. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and now offer obeisances. You can just offer obeisances. Thank you. Good. So what are the 4 regulative principles that you're promising to follow without fail? No intoxication. Yeah. No meat eating. Fish. Or eggs, yes. No gambling. No illicit sex. Yes, very good. Thank you so much. Yes. And what is the minimum number of rounds that you promise to chant every day? Thank you very much. So then, from this day on, you will be known as Sukadev Das. I couldn't make it into anything else. But such a name as Sukhi, it was so nice that I had to keep the sukha, the sukha part, the happy part. So it had to be Sukadev. It couldn't be anything. I thought of other things. No, cannot be. It can only be because you do have that happiness in you. I very much appreciate that quality in our Sukadev, that he has a deep happiness and enthusiasm within his nature, and this is really the thing that carried him, I think, to this point. So Sukadev is very suitable, I think. Hare Krishna.